She was hired in 1926 to be the first public black school teacher in Oakland, California. Jackson was an AKA. So do I have any AKAs in the house? The women that supported her at the end of her life were her sorority sisters. All right. I played football at Stanford. I played football with the Raiders. Go Bears! That's why for all you Bear guys, meet a guy who never lost to the Bears. But you know, in my athletic background, one of the things I can say is I did play in the first football game ever played in the current Coliseum in 1967. Wow. And as a player growing up on the streets and the playgrounds of Oakland, to come back and play in the first game in that stadium was one of the memories that I cherish.
It's so appropriate we should be here today. You know, we just had International Women's Day. Because Sheila really is someone who's dedicated her life to public service. She has, if anyone thinks that you run for public office or serve on a public board or a commission for the glory and the honor and the money, you should try it at that side of the table because it's very hard work. She epitomizes what a woman in a position of power or policy making is able to do. There's a special place in hell reserved for women who do not support other women. And Sheila is someone who not only supports other women, but she's always reaching back behind her to pull other women along.
Sheila and I have met each other at Peralta Elementary School in the sandbox.
Oh.
My daughter, who's now 26, was in first grade, and her 36. I wish she was 26. 10 more years. And her son who is now 35, was in kindergarten. And we were complaining that our kids had to cross the street to Alcatraz to get to childcare. So given the organizer she was, we organized a latchkey program at Peralta.
We were both.
And we did this together, and that was the beginning. And I just want to say how much I appreciate her vision of education. Whenever there's an issue that I read about in the papers or comes to us at council, I always know the first person to go to talk to is Sheila, because she's going to have a real analysis of it.
She really showed her leadership, her passion for our children, particularly in the whole issue with working with juvenile hall and our Camp Sweeney, for our kids who are really in need. And there was some issue between the county in terms of with our probation department, with our camp and education with these kids. So with her leadership and compassion, and we were able to resolve some of the issues. And she always had the outcome of the kids in her heart.
So I want to appreciate Sheila also. When I was a principal, my first year I kept trying to think, what did I do wrong in life to deserve what's happening to me? Because with a parent who was actually starting fires in the school, we discovered that. That was my first principalship. And I called the people at the district office and asked for help, and they didn't provide the support. And who came in? She was a city council. She wasn't even my city council representative at that point. But she came to the rescue. And the same kinds of support I received from her at Alameda County Office of Education. And we didn't always agree, but it was okay because we knew we both had the same passion for the same outcome. So 5 o'clock when everybody was home, Sheila and I were having wonderful, challenging, but powerful discussions in her office. And I really, really miss those discussions. And so she has been a mentor and a strong supporter and continues to do that in terms of how the county supports the work we're doing through my organization. So thank you again.
All of you know Sheila, so I don't have to talk about what a great woman she is and what a great educator she is. I think it was about 20 plus years ago that I met Sheila. It was after I got back from Washington, D.C., and she was my city councilwoman at the time, I believe.
That's right, that's right.
Because I had lived in North Oakland, and I was so impressed with her because she was so dedicated to what was good for the city and then when she was bored, and then when she ran, she was always passionate about what she was doing. That she's going to do, she does it, and she continues to do it, and she's not going to stop until it's done. And that's a characteristic that is really rare, but also what's rare about her is she is a woman of principle. She sticks to her principles, and that is admirable, especially among politicians.
Correct. I agree.
I appreciate you for being such a compassionate individual, really caring about our youth. We work with youth offenders, foster kids, and even in the challenging times, she manages some kind of way to put us in the budget. So we appreciate you for that. And she is a visionary. Of all of the counties that receive funding, Alameda County was one of the only counties that elected to use community-based organizations to work with our youth. And I'd just like to thank you.
As I look around, I realize one more time that you can't do anything by yourself.